Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a speed build of my updated plaza park area. So what I had before, as you may have seen in my plaza tour video, was my house set up right here in the plaza. I completely fell in love with the purple cottage skin that we got in the premium shop a little while ago, and I decided that I really wanted to move my house over into the Forest of Valor because I think the cottage looks so cute there. This means completely redoing this area right here, so I started by just getting rid of all of the items here, deleting everything so that I had a nice fresh slate. So as I mentioned earlier, I very much have a park vibe going in this build, but I decided to just kind of continue on with that and add on to the parkiness of this area. I knew I wanted lots of greenery, some more of that brick and iron fence. Much to my chagrin, I had to do so much freaking mining for this build. It was insane, but honestly, it was very relaxing to do this and kind of revisit my area. Okay, so I want you to ignore the little clock tower and the fountain there because I ended up taking that stuff down and rebuilding it, but I wanted to keep this part in to show how I kind of tweaked some of the naturey spots along the edge. So just ignore those. They are not going to look like that in the final build, and I will actually show you how I got to what I did in the final build. As always, I was using a ton of the Plaza rocks and the Peaceful Meadow rocks in this build, outlining certain areas. My absolute favorite thing to do, although it is really bad for my item limit, but you know, I'm just gonna choose to ignore that for now. I find this bit so relaxing and I like to just really go in and tweak everything a little bit. I like to rotate things and move them around in different ways to get it looking just how I want it to look. So for me, I always want it to look really natural, so you can see I'm going in and like moving things around, rotating them different ways to try to get it to look as natural as possible, and a little bit rounded too. After that, I just added in a little bit more greenery, kind of moving things around to make them all fit together. But I went with some of my faves, the ferns and the dwarf birches. I just love those items so much. Okay, now after I cleared it all out, this is what I was left with. So I did that original build, hated it, cleared it all, and decided to start over. So I'm going to start by taking out some of the items that I need. I'm going to need a lot of these benches. And then the main centerpiece is going to be this giant Mickey fountain. Now I was having a hard time centering it, which was infuriating me, but I chose to just let it go, as Elsa would say. And then moving these benches around here to make them kind of be around the edge so that anybody can just go sit down around the fountain. I made 2 of these iron arches and ended up not using any of them, so I'm a little bit salty about the wasted iron, but you'll see I'll take them out towards the end of the build. Okay, now for the brick and iron fence. Literally the most gorgeous fence in the game in my opinion, but also insanely freaking expensive. A good tip to kind of save on the fence a little bit is to break it up with pieces of greenery. So actually the main reason why I broke up the fence like this is literally because I just didn't feel like finding all of the materials to make the fence go all the way around. So what I ended up doing is breaking it up and just having the fence there in the corners. And then I'm going in and adding some bushes in between those broken up areas of fences, so it still creates this kind of enclosed space, but it's broken up a little bit. It adds in a little bit of texture and visual interest, and it makes it to where I don't have to use so much of the iron fence, which is always a plus. Definitely took some time to get these all looking just right. Now I'm going to experiment with some bushes. You'll notice that I really do spend a lot of time just like placing things down and removing them, just figuring out what I like. And then I had to do a crap ton of mining to get all of the iron ingots to make the iron bars, which I needed for this fence. So much work, literally took hours, but honestly worth it because I love this fence so much. I just wish that it wasn't so expensive in resources. I've really been enjoying decorating in Disney Dreamlight Valley. I have almost completed Mirabelle and Olaf to level 10 with their friendship and completed all of their quests, but I honestly feel like I'm not running out of content to play because I'm just spending so much time decorating. So here I'm putting the new bushes in, and I'm putting different color bushes, and I'm putting butterfly grass as well. For some reason, I was having this really weird issue where some versions of this bushes, I could put them up onto the fountain a little bit, and some of them I couldn't. So I had to kind of figure things out and finagle things a little bit to make it all fit. Not really sure why the bushes are different in terms of like what's allowed to go up onto the fountain and what's not, but you know, whatever. We make it work and it ended up looking really good. I was also getting a little bit frustrated because things were not placing exactly symmetrical. That's something that I just had to let go. And then in the end, I was like, you know what? It's more natural that way anyways. Definitely loving all the greenery in my plaza. I feel like getting rid of my home and adding in this extra little park area is just adding in that much more greenery. The more the better, in my opinion. Next, I'm placing some small items like a trash can and some other things that I imagine would be around. And I'm moving this fence out of the way to focus on the clock tower part. Making sure that it lines up just right. I literally always do that. When y'all decorate, do y'all like constantly accidentally delete pathing? Because I do that all the time. Benches, 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 benches. I feel like I'm gonna have a million benches in my valley by the time I'm done decorating it. Just a nice little centerpiece area, and then I'm adding in some plant items and some other little small items to kind of just make the area look a little bit more lived in and useful. So like books on the ground, the trash can, topiaries, things like that. Okay, this is where I decided to get rid of the wrought iron fences because for whatever reason, I just didn't love the look and I decided to put these trees down instead. Now, little decorating tip, fun fact about the trees is there's actually a lot of different versions of the trees, so you can keep grabbing them to try to find the one that you want. Here, I was looking for the version of the Japanese maple that has a trunk that only takes up one spot because that's all that was gonna fit here. And there you have it, folks. There is my new build. I am so happy with the way this turned out. Again, I feel like it gives such a nice natural park vibe, and it also kind of just elevates this area. I want the area outside of Shea Remy and Remy's house to be kind of like upscale looking a little bit, and I think adding in that fancy gold clock tower and this fancy fountain really do it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more Disney Dreamlight Valley content and content about other cozy games. You can also check me out on TikTok where I post daily gaming content, and I also stream on Twitch. I stream The Sims and I stream, of course, Disney Dreamlight Valley. So I actually do a lot of the decorating that I do on the game on stream, and it's really fun to just kind of hang out and chill and decorate with everybody. So be sure to follow me there. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.